Hello, everybody. Hello, hello, hello.
Welcome, welcome, welcome.
I am Tiila Kid.
And I'm Jessica Richardson with Sisters Talk NFTs.
So glad you guys are here with us this evening. So once again, we'll go ahead and get started. Once again, we thank you guys for believing in us and coming to see us. As we're doing these different things as far as trying to get more people involved within the NFT space. And so we know it's a journey. We know that some of you guys are really nervous about what we're doing or what you're doing and trying to figure this whole space out. But I'll tell you that if you just put the time in, it's definitely going to be worth your time. So I'll just remember, baby steps. That's the easiest thing we can tell you guys as far as that. And that's part of the reason, why we're coming on and we're trying to give you guys things as far as at the very beginning to start using to where you can just use your bank cards to get involved with the NFT space. Because when I show you even today of something that, I bought today, I think you guys saw it that I posted earlier in the chat about the VeVe drop, and so I'll show you guys exactly what I mean as far as still being able to use your debit card and still being able to be successful within the NFT space. So let me go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and start share my screen real quick, and then we'll get started. There we go. That's that. So once again, let me just open this screen all the way up for you guys. Hopefully you guys can see that good. Okay,
And
so
to
once
add to that, sorry.
go ahead,
But
Jessica.
just to add to that, we also want to be the shortcut. We've been investing in the NFT industry now over a year. Lots of different NFTs that have now did a really good run, 10, 100x, whatever it may be. We were looking at those projects beforehand. And so we definitely want to be able to be a shortcut and that wealth of information and knowledge into the NFT space. And so tonight, like she's saying, we do want to go over those projects where debit cards will be able to be used to be able to purchase some of these. And so we can just go ahead and continue.
All right, good stuff. Okay, so the first one, that we're going to talk about, again, like is VeVe. As you said, I mean, everybody knows Spider-Man. So there's definitely going to be, when you start seeing people like this, you're like, okay. So again, we're trying to show you, it's not like we said our cousin from such and such is starting to do an NFT project and they doing. No, these are people who have like a lot of money who are getting involved with the NFT space. So pay attention. Stop. Pay attention. Start pulling the trigger on some things. And so what we'll start with, I know even here, to like I said, I posted a little bit earlier on Facebook in regards to what I am. Some of us, quite a few of us invested trying to buy some of these comic books this morning. And I'm gonna tell you, they sold out, and I think it was like 15 seconds, 20 seconds, 30 seconds, if that amount of time. It might have even been faster than that. But I was blessed to get a very good one of these comic books today. And sometimes you get some good ones. Sometimes you just get the common ones. But once we show you exactly what we mean by that, by showing you visually, you'll have a better understanding that, okay, this might actually be okay to take the risk at doing. So again, these are some of the comic books that got the Hulk that dropped this week. I think the last week was it Spider-Man. I think it was Spider-Man. That was the last one.
Spider-Man, actually, that's right.
Yeah, one of them people.
That's right. And like she's saying, there's these VeVe is with a lot of IP addresses, so they have a lot of not address IP, so a lot of intellectual properties for Marvel, NFL, Jurassic Park, Back to the Future. There are a lot of IPs that they do have, and so they'll be able to use all those NFTs or those brands and brand them to whichever digital NFT that they want. And so you have to understand that you are getting the digital NFT to the brand's the first ever digital NFT to that specific brand. And so normally all these brands have already been out, the toys are already out, the collectibles are already set, but now you'll actually have the chance of having their first digital NFT. And we'll explain some more also about how you'll be able to visualize some of those items in the metaverse or some of the things that they're actually building out themselves through their Vverse. And so just pay attention to that when we have a lot of brands that are coming out or being part of a certain platform when they're dropping.
So, and what I'll do real quick is I'll show you, it's about a 1 minute video, so that at least you guys can kind of get a visual of what VeVe's been doing with some of their stuff. So I'm just going to play this video. It lasts about 1 minute. And so once again, we, as we keep talking about these different things, I know some of you guys like this technology that's coming out on some of these things. It's crazy right now, of how you can take some of these the pictures of some of these things and put them on and pretend like they're in your wall and stuff like that. It's really it's crazy, but that's the way that where technology is going right now. So because it's crazy to some of, because I'm telling you, I'll be in the NFT space, I'll be like, this one is just crazy. I don't even get this one. But I'd be like, okay, obviously somebody else has thought of this and they're creating it and making a lot of money doing it. I better try to figure this out. Okay, so again, so these are some of the things, as far as Jessica was saying, some of the different connections that they have within the VeVe app. And so I'll come on down here.
And so also with the added that, so some of those that we just viewed also are like in the virtual reality form of it. And so we do hold the NFT in the wallet or in our app currently. There are going to take some steps to moving outside of that we'll go over, but you're also able to put those like right in your home, view them right in your home, insert them to anything in your daily life that you're doing. And so right now you may not be able to imagine them fully. Currently they have you building in the virtual showrooms currently, but they definitely have the VeVe verse that is coming out. And for those that are following with virtual real estate, Axie Sandbox and things like that, they are actually planning on building out their own version of that. They're going to incorporate land. So it's coming out later this year. And so a lot of people don't know the importance of buying these and having these collectibles early, because they don't know what's actually happening with those things. But if you see here, it's going to be coming soon. Like I say, if you have a place that's allowing the collectibles as NFTs, and also they're going to be building out a metaverse that will allow you to show those NFTs, you have to pay attention to that. And so some of these platforms that are already building out, like I said, that some people may know about, like the Axie and the Sandbox, but VeVe, who already will have top brands, IP addresses, along with the metaverse, that's something to watch for.
Yeah, and I know tonight's class is not about land, but I'm going to tell you, when they start talking about land and stuff in games, you better start paying attention. Okay. And I know there's some people who've definitely gone out and they've sold some of their stuff that they own on VeVe. I'm one of the ones, again, where it's like I said, I try to hold my stuff because I'm trying to get the full benefit of having particular items, in my wallet. Granted, yes, can you come in and make some quick money on some of these things? Yes, you absolutely can. And if that's your strategy, there's nothing wrong with that strategy. But if you look at the overall benefits of, by you simply maybe holding some of these items of what and like I said, I'm just hypothetically thinking that things that you, as far as you can do to stake and make money, you can do, as far as being able to claim certain things. I know there was who was that did the was it for Maker's Place? People who had bought art from previously on their site, they came through, and once they dropped their own token, some people end up getting like over $100,000 worth of free coins just from being able to purchase on there early when they went onto their particular site. So not to say that VeVe is going to do that, but VeVe, they also do have a token that you know, for those of you who are in crypto, that want to go in and buy those things, you definitely can go on and do those things. You know, they're going to be very, very important. The door. Um, okay, so that's that right there. Okay, was there anything else on that?
Let's
Okay,
see. Oh
so
yeah,
let's.
to add to that, because I know right now some people that are in the crypto that are buying this right now, you can only get the gems. So with the gems, they're allowing you to cash those out, or they're going to have events that they're supposed to have, like artists and stuff come into the platform and do virtual augmented reality events or virtual reality events, and where people will immerse themselves into the technology, just like as like the Fortnites and things like that are currently going on. VeVe is going to be offering those same experiences. But for those of us that are also collecting and knowing over time that they are also going to immutable, so you'll be able to actually sell those NFTs on the immutable marketplace, and you don't have to sell them for gems. You'll be able to get ETH and things like that. So just keep that in mind. And as she's going to go over some of these items on the price points of them, if you can come in here and right now, if you had to pay $10, $100 for an item, and they currently give you those gems, you're able to actually, reinvest into more collectibles. So if you're just starting out, don't look at it as a negative things that you'll get paid out in gems. If you can come and spend $6.99 and that turns into $1,000, and then therefore you can go start your collectible yourself, all the collectibles you want, which can get you what hundreds of NFTs at that
Yeah.
point. Look at it at like that point.
Yep. Yep. I think that's very important point that you said right there. You know, I think a lot of people are thinking, like, they were upset that, hey man, you know, I had to take these doggone gems, but at the same time, it's a great strategy of being able to say, hey, you know what, got these extra gems. Go in and go buy these doggone things. Go in and buy more and start getting your portfolio going, because it's going to be very, very beneficial for you to get invested into this thing early on. Okay, so that's going to be that. Okay, so a couple things as far as I know we've talked about, even as far as and I know many of you are new, learning about who's on Twitter, following those particular people on Twitter are going to be it's going to be important for you to do that. And this was another little video that they had back. I think it was in what this was in February. I'll just show you guys a little bit of this, of how they gave a little example of how these cards. You know, Jessica, I think you can talk about this a little better than me.
Oh no, yeah, they're going to show how the cars will actually show in VR. A lot of things are going on, especially like with your phone. It's not going to be there too much longer. We'll show a couple articles, even what Facebook and things like that are doing already, where they're getting rid of your phones and you're having the glasses. And so a lot of times you can't visualize how this is going to play out. But if your glasses are your phone, everything that is in VR, augmented reality, you're going to naturally see. So right now, you probably can't imagine how you're going to see these things. But if you're on certain apps or using certain platforms and they have it filtered through their VR, you're going to see and be able to see all of these items. And even when it goes to the land, if you're once they make it immersive and you have your Oculus goggles or your glasses, you'll be able to drive your car to your friend's house that's also in the metaverse. And so it's really big and deep how it goes. But like I said, a lot of people don't realize this is the future of how things are going to be. And in the background, a lot of companies are already doing all the work to make sure they're part of it.
Yeah. So
And so, yeah, if you go on some of their, importantly, Twitter for crypto, for NFTs, everything is Twitter. I didn't really until a year ago. I really paid my no mind. I was signed up, but I really wasn't interacting with it. But for all things crypto and NFTs, your most current information is either going to be on their Twitter page or in their Discord, and that's why it's important to follow their Twitter. Follow their Discord. If they're going to have a drop, if they're going to have an announcement of some sort, they usually drop it on there first. And so that even goes and relates back to a lot of the things we may put in the Facebook chat. We're just dropping out different information so you can see all these different industries, brands, and companies that are coming out. And we'll even do it like yesterday. I know Tiala put something the day before that for the NBA Top Shots. If we find out about drops that even that we don't qualify for, we just want to put that in there and allow you to be able to sign up so you can get a start into purchasing some NFTs.
yep, that one yesterday, like I said, and sometimes it just happens. They just may put something out instantly and like, okay, we're dropping for new people this pack. And we were trying to go and be like, okay, to qualify. We're like, no, we don't qualify. We don't qualify to buy the packs. But it's another way again for you guys to be able to come on there and get some of the $9, even if they're $9 or $20 for the pack. I think they were $9 yesterday. It gives you an opportunity to go on there and get some packs. That helps your portfolio. You only need a couple of those good cards out of there, to make some things work. And so again, even on, like Jessica was saying, on the Twitter, they had the announcement on their site that this was the time that this drop was going to happen this morning. Guess what? We were ready for the drop this morning. So start going on here and start following some of these things. I'm going to slide the screen over and try to go over to the VeVe app now. See if this technology worked. Boom! Look at there. Y'all should be proud of me.
And like she said, to remind people, it is an app. The VeVe currently right now is an app. It is on the Google Play Store, and so this is why we were trying to bring it up as well, because it's a lot easier for you to be able to access this currently, because it's an app that you would download in the Play Store.
And so right here, so the tab up here at the top that I just clicked is going to be for the brands. And again, I think we talked a little bit about this earlier, Jessica, of some of the different brands that they're already connected with, and some of the people that they're already doing a ton of. I mean, these are previous drops that we've been involved in on quite a few of these. I think it's powerful of how well you can do on some of these projects early on. Like, so the Harley Quinn, and I'll show the Harley Quinn stuff that we actually had bought some previously. So this was the Harley Quinn stuff, and I'm trying to multitask using a computer and a phone at the same time.
Bear with her.
Y'all safe for me.
Yes.
I'm doing doggone good, though. I got it to the spots. But again, on here on the app, you'll see, like I said, normally if you own any of these items, you normally will see a yellow item, a yellow thing on the side. So you'll see that I still own all of these items here. What you'll be able to do is you'll be able to come over here and click on some of these. If you were like, hey, I wanted to see what these things, what they cost or how much they're worth. So I would just simply see if I clicked on the Harley Quinn, I could click on that one there. And then it takes me to, actually, that's not the part I wanted to click. Oh, yes, it is. Okay, so I clicked there. So originally, when these first came out, the Harley Quinns, these were $79. Okay, these were $79 when they first came out. And I think we bought these back in February. So, and I know my screen might be a little bit faded, but back in February, these were when these dropped for $79. So if I go here to the ones that I currently own, I can click that button. I'm sorry, I did the same thing. Just go. I don't want to do that. Yeah, I told you. See, I just gave myself too much credit just that quick. So let me go back real quick. Ultra rare. All right, so let's go to I'm gonna go to the marketplace. That's where I was trying to go. I'm gonna go to the marketplace. So if you go to the marketplace, so remember this was $79 back in February. They were $79 on the current marketplace here on VeVe. They're currently listed for $5,400. That's the lowest price that you can find those on the marketplace currently, for a $79 that you bought in February. Now you can go back, and if you want to come in and sell the gems, and again, we were talking about gems a little earlier. So again, on VeVe, you're not going to be able to get cash money right now. They're not set up for that part right now. There are other ways of doing that, but we're not going to talk about the other ways that you can do that tonight. That's just way over.
Stay safe.
We try to keep everybody safe. Exactly. Yes. But you can definitely collect the gems. So hypothetically, if you were like, hey, you know what? I want to come on and sell this particular item for $5,400. You could go on and sell for $5,400. That means you're going to have 5,400 gems still available. So any upcoming drops, you'll be able to just use gems instead of having to go use your bank account. So again, you paid $79. If you wanted $5,400 of gems, take your $5,400, and you can now actually even go buy more of the other stuff that they have within their marketplace. So that's the power of buying some of the things when they're having a drop. This is what things can turn out to, like, very, very quickly.
That's right. And just like with any of them, as she showed you before, she had sets of different ones. They do come in different rarities and different quantities. That's what will also make them considered like an ultra rare, a common, uncommon edition. And so they have different, really go. There's rare, ultra rare, common, and uncommon, I believe, that are all going to be there. And that's going to also give it a higher price and its value of resale, because the less items that there are, of course, the more higher the value is of that collectible. And so there are different ways a collectible become valuable over time, or even just by the additions of the amount that are sold, even the item itself or the artist. And so just pay attention. As you can see, the ultra rare should be the most expensive one, but there are other things that could change that. And so the card count specifically is also important to pay attention to. I believe those Harley Quinns may have had about, I don't know, a 5,000 card count or 7,500. And now over time, the more adopters that come in, they do raise that account of the quantity that they are selling, but still it's minute to how many people that are actually planning on putting adopting into the mainstream into this app.
Yeah. And I don't know if it's just the bots that are coming in and buying everything now, but literally everything that drops now is selling out in like seconds.
And
So
I'm
if
okay
like,
with the bots sometimes.
yeah, yeah, that's true. That's true.
If you're driving them up and they're not driving them down, it's okay.
Exactly. When they messing up the whole market and you can't get
That's
nothing,
right.
that's when you be like, dog,
Um,
can they do something right? So again, we can come here and you can just see the different comics. So I know earlier, like I said, I had done a post about the comics, so I'm going to go over here and click the digital comics. And so these are the different comics that I have. So today was a Hulk drop. So I went on and I got some of the pictures off of got some of the Hulk. So let me just make a confession real quick, because what happened was I was trying to participate in another drop this morning at the same time this drop was going on, and Miles happened to be sleeping the day my baby's birthday. Happy birthday to my son. He's 20,
Happy
so that's a
birthday,
blessing.
nephew.
But he was sleeping. I was like, Miles, I was like, I need you to come here real quick because I can't try to get into two different things at once. I'm trying to buy another NFT drop, and he wasn't participating for whatever reason today. So I was like, I need you just go on and try to buy me something. So you know what happened? He bought them for me, and then when he bought them for me, so I ended up getting three this morning. When he bought them, he clicked my phone and bought them for $6.99. So I got three editions. So guess what? I get a secret rare. Secret rare is like, whoa, you got a secret rare? He was like, well, mom, I bought that for me. I bought that for you. Mom, I bought that. I'm like, no, you didn't buy that for yourself. You bought that for me. It was my account. That was my money. Those were my gems. So we're having a debate over here, and I've heard that since it was his birthday, that I'm supposed to just like give him this secret rare NFT because it was his
I
birthday.
agree.
Listen, oh, you come on, sis.
No,
Oh, you gonna take up your nephew, huh?
yeah, I'm talking about. It'll be all right.
Okay, well, this is why we having this debate right now. Because if I come to the secret rare, we go to the little information button to figure out where the secret rare is at currently. So we'll go. I click the secret rare, and I'm just gonna go. Where did it go? I think I did it a different way. Let me go back one more time and do it a different way.
Go to the market and then do
Yeah.
it.
So I'm gonna go to market. Oh lordy. So y'all gonna pray for me. All right. So this was the comics. Oh, actually, I should have hit a different button. My bad. Let me go back. Let's go to comics. We'll try it another way. Da, da, da. Let's see if that's the uncommon.
If
So this was an uncommon one. So the uncommon one was like 20 some bucks. I'm like, okay, cool, no problem. He wants the uncommon one or he want this one. Yeah, because the uncommon was like, we're like, okay, we can give him the uncommon one. But let's see if I can find this doggone
I believe if
uh
you click on that uncommon, it'll still see your additions from there, and it might work.
no, I think it's just they have changed their site a little bit, honestly. So let me just see if I can find it another way. Oh, da, da, da. There's ultra rare. Okay, here we go. So the secret rare. So when you go to the secret rare, you see the price here. So this morning when he clicked the button for me for the $6.99, the floor on the secret rare is already at $2,000.
Happy birthday to I'm just me singing and tell him real quick. Where he at?
Oh, really? Okay, I see how this is going. I think this is planned out, everybody. So I'm just saying, my son and her nephew, they probably talked about this before. But again, this is like it's one of those things as far as like it's not to come on in here and say, hey, look at me, look at this.
Right.
We're doing these things to try to show you the potential of what you can do with the NFT space. Literally, we're gonna figure out who owns this or not in my house over here. But I paid $6.99 for this particular item. Now, it doesn't mean that this item. So let me just say, because someone has this listed for $2,000, does not mean that this is going to sell for $2,000. There could be some more people who come in the market and put this same thing up for $1,000 or $500. But even if it's $500, you could still pay $7 for it. Okay, but
That's true.
again, this is another way as far as like I said, and I'm not your CPA. I'm not here to give you no tax advice. So make sure you check with your own CPA. That's why I keep my stuff. I don't sell my stuff because
Yeah,
like
that
it's like a
part.
taxable event. I'm not trying to sell nothing.
Hold strong.
Hold strong. And so and plus because these things are like so new coming out, it's like okay, if they're $2,000 now and they just dropped today, there's going to be more people who are going to start hearing about VeVe like you, who's on here now, who missed the drop, and you're like, well, if you really want the secret rare because you're like the Hulk craziest person in the world, and you just have to have the Hulk. I told you, I'm here to help everybody's kids get what they really
That's
want
it.
for Christmas and for their birthday. So I have all the items that they will need at some point in their life. Or and even some adults because there are many adults who are actually like and it's funny like you would be laughing like there are a lot of adults who like really buy a lot of this stuff because it's like our kid age stuff and we're like well I gotta have that because that's the comic from Marvel, that's the Hulk, so whatever. But again, $6.99 this morning at 8 o'clock this morning. It's all what 6:30 my time now, so it wasn't even a full day of work. $7 to $2,000 if you took the money. If you didn't want to be the same person as $2,000, you're like, well, hey, you know what? I want to mess up the whole doggone market for everybody else. And I'm gonna drop it to $1,500. Don't come here and mess up the whole market for
No,
everybody else.
that's right.
You'd be like, hold strong. Everybody got it at 2,000. They keep it at 2,000. We literally be talking to the computer like that. Like, why are you dropping the price? Nobody else dropped the price. Why are you dropping the price? But it will happen to you. So again, it's really going to be your strategy as far as how long you want to hold items. But again, that's between you and your CPA as far as holding. I'm holding. I'm like I got time. It cost me $7. That was like a Starbucks or going to get something else at one of the little fast food places. I'm good. I'll hold it and see if this thing turns out in 6 months, a year, 2 years down the line. What does this turn out to be? How high can this value go up? If not, I stand the risk of losing $7.
Okay.
Okay. So again, try to come on here. Again, these things are going to sell out fast. I'm not going to sit here and say, well, hey, you know what? Every time you come on here, that you're going to get a super rare. I get a lot of comments. Like sometimes when I'm able to get multiple ones, thank God. Like sometimes we can get multiples, but sometimes they're just comments. And so sometimes
Mhm.
you'll find that even the common ones, like I said, you may pay $7, and you may have other people who may come on and put them on the market for $5 and $3. You're like, well, what happened? Why are you
You
losing
pick
money?
up 10 of them. You pick
Yeah,
up
and
10.
that's when you buy 10.
That's sometimes what the best time to do is if you specifically when you can't get the drops, which lots of times you can't, just wait for the secondary market. They go start listing them and they go come on less than for what the actual price on some of them, not the secret rare. It's going to be specific to like if it's Marvel or if it's another brand of if it's going to be a little less or come out higher or lower. But generally, if it's a secret rare, it's always going to come out way higher. And so the commons and uncommons and things like that, you can generally find them cheaper than what they did come out for than in the drop, just because of the quantity that they're now dropping. Before when we were coming, they're probably dropping some quantities of 5,000,
Mhm.
7,500, and now so many people are buying. I think they're now probably in like the 50,000 print
Mhm.
size. So just come in here, and if you can't get some of those secret rares, like you said in the drop, it does sell out. But the secondary market, after a couple of hours of the drop day, they do open it back up, and you can still pick up a lot of those comics for the same price or less than if you
Yep.
just wait for it.
I was trying to see if I could find that doggone the ultra rare to see what the ultra rare for the Hulk was going for. But I don't even remember what it looked like. Doggone it. Um,
If you click on one and then scroll all the way down, it should say
all
how many you have, and
right,
it
let me
might
go back
still
to.
show it up if you click on a regular Hulk.
All right, no, let's try this one right here. Obviously, I didn't get that one, but none of them. It's still
No,
not giving
you're
me
not
the
in the wrong
option.
section.
Hmm.
Go at that time. You can go to your collection, but you're gonna have to swatch back out. Go to collection and then do the same thing.
All right, let's go back to here. Do the comics. All right. Oh, here we go. There's
Yeah,
more.
be a lot easier.
That's still. Oh, there we go. That's a secret one. Uncommon. Why am I just still not seeing that one, Jessica?
We'll click on one of those now from this section, I believe, and then it should say how many are in there. Scroll down. Does it do it for
Nope.
you?
They're not allowing us to do that one today. That took me, and I think that was my fault because I hit the wrong button there again. I told you I'm trying to be doing the techie stuff. Yeah, I'm getting better. I'm getting better. All right, we're not gonna be able to see that one. So I just if I happen to see it when we're going through the other part, then I'll show that show the other one as far as what the what the other one is going for. So again, if we go to the marketplace, so if you guys are like, well, okay, I see all this stuff now. When the drops happen, you're going to end up you'll go get notified of when the drops are having happening. As far as if they're comics, let's go back to if I can go back up to here. As far as the as far as when the drops happen, you're going to end up being coming up to a screen. It'll be at the top of your screen. You'll see the comics. You'll click the comics tab, and then you'll come down here, and it'll normally be a button right here. You have to end up clicking it. This will normally say buy. I mean, like if it's like 8 o'clock, you better be on here like at 7:50 to make sure you're logged in, and
That's
at
right.
8 o'clock you need to be right here to click the buy button because that's about how much time you got. If you just logging in and you just thinking like, well, I'm gonna try to see which ones I'm gonna get, mm-mm. And that's another thing I think that's important when they're doing some of these comics. It's not like you can come on and just say, hey, I'm just gonna go for just go for ultra rare, go for a certain type. What happens is on the comic books, what they've been doing is that it's random. So no matter which one you get, you're still paying $6.99, and you just don't know which one you're going to get. Most of the time, like I said, that you end up getting a common. Many times you get a common, but when you happen to get that secret rare, that ultra rare, you be like, oh yeah, it's over. It's good.
Can
It's
you
really
click on that? You own three editions.
good.
Okay, awesome. So
Yeah.
uncommon, rare, 26, 1600. And does it give you the serial number if you click on one of those now, how high the
Let's
count
see.
was? I just want to see. 'Cause I know that you're saying they changed so much.
They changed it, but they have the
Card number
overall
right
number.
down here. Oh, there it is. So 30. So you'll pay attention to the details down here. It may be a little small, but in the edition size, it does tell you how many they did drop.
Yeah, and that was a whole set. There was 35,000 in that whole set because I know the common and secret ones. They definitely had a little less numbers as far as quantities are concerned. And for some reason, it's just not showing up as good as I want to. But that's again, it will definitely show you the quantity. So again, you got a better option of where you're gonna get some common ones than you're gonna get secret rares or uncommon. I promise you, I guarantee.
That's
But
true.
don't let that deter you from still going on to start buying these. So okay, so again, so if you go to the marketplace again, you'll be able to come in here and just see all the different things that they have. Let me see it a different way. Okay, marketplace. Here we go. So you can come up to any of the different collectibles as far as seeing what they have available to buy. If you wanted to come after the sale has actually dropped. So again, these are the common ones. They drop for $6.99. So you have some people who are still selling them for seven. That's the lowest, $7.65. There may even be some lower ones, but again, this one is going to be $7.65, and you can buy some of those. You can come in here and buy any of those at any time. So these are all the different previous comic ones, comic books that they had available for you to buy. If you wanted to just come in and say, "Hey, I want to start buying some comic books," and they're literally like comic books. You can literally click on them, and they have like 50 pages of different comic things that are on there. They literally have that many things on there. Like so if I click this one, where's the pages at? It gave me the option a little early.
Oh, it's because you're in the
I don't
market.
own that too. Yeah, I'm on the market too. All right, I'll come back to that in a little bit. Sorry about that. So again, so that's how you can definitely come in here as far as going on and buying some of these different items. I think it's going to be important for you to come back again and buy some of the items if you'd like to get it to get started buying some of these different things. Just come down to the market tab down here, start looking for different items. There's so many items. I'm not going to tell you to come over here and start buying $500 items. Don't do that. Just come over here and start getting you some basic items. If you can get some rare ones or some uncommon ones, those are definitely going to be some of the ones that are going to be a lot better for you as far as when you're looking for resale. Because again, common ones, if there's 35,000, 20,000 or 25,000, those could all be common. So there's going to be a lot of those at that. So it's what I'm saying. Okay. Okay. So that's that. Those are new listings. I'm trying to see if the tabs, anything else that we wanted to go over. So again, all these different things are all different things that they've previously dropped. That you if you wanted to come in and still buy, you definitely still could come over here and buy these. Okay.
And to add to a little more, so a lot of even these brands that they have out, when it goes relates back to the land, they're talking about doing like theme parks and stuff like that, specific to the brand that's coming out. So like Jurassic Park is going to have a drop and things like that. So there's a lot of things being built out behind the scenes with the NFTs. That so don't just think of it as you're just buying only just a Harley Quinn collectible. There are other things they have that doing with theme parks specifically to it's going to be virtual, of course, virtual theme parks, because these are all virtual assets. You're going to be able to view them right in front of you. Like I say, you can take a picture of it right next to it. The kids can take a picture, and it's going to be as if it's right in the room with you. So these are going to be more of a VR collectible item. Just wanted to make sure to add that in there.
And down here in your profile, which I'm not going to click because I'm live and I don't show like my live information, but down here on your profile is where your information is going to be as far as when you need to go on and buy any gems and so forth, and put your information as far as once you sign up over here, because you'll need to add your bank card and so forth on here. That way, like I said, once you start buying, you for the drops, I'll tell you a couple tips. Get the doggone pre gems. Don't be waiting till the gems till you're
Yeah,
trying to go
please
to the
don't.
drop to buy your gems. No, already have your gems in your wallet. Because if you're waiting to try to get gems at the same time, it ain't gonna happen. You
That's
won't have
right.
time to try to buy the thing, wait to order the gems and all those things. No
Sold
pre,
out.
you're sold out, huh? By the time you got the by the
It's
time you
right.
got
Yeah.
confirmation, it's like
Yeah.
we have sold out.
Even if it's fingerprint, it's just yeah, it's sold out.
It is sold out. So again, this is again like the VeVe drop. Again, I think these are going to be some very good things for you to try to go ahead and get invested in. For one, again, you can definitely use your debit card to do these things to buy your gems. For two, the prices are the prices are not super high. There have been some drops where they've come on, and some of the drops have been $30, $100, and even a little bit high, about $140 have been some of the drops. But some of those items again have started selling at very high prices. That they literally have. So again, try to get things that are rare on this particular site, and I promise it will turn out very well for you if you're someone who can have some time to hold some items. Okay. Okay, Jessica, I miss anything on this part? Are we
Oh
good
no,
on this?
wrap that up good.
Okay. All right. So that's VeVe. So that was what the coverage of what we wanted to show you guys, tonight as far as VeVe. So what we'll do now is I'll go back over here and we can talk a little bit about a couple things that have been in the news also.
Oh yeah, this is going to be like a continuance to the VB. Some of the things I was touching on, showing you basically, you thinking that it's going to be down the line and the weight is going to be on some of this, but as you can tell, Facebook has already created theirs. They did not have the augmented reality, but they are saying that they're going to be actually looking into incorporating that into the glasses. And so a lot of people, like I said, the phones are going to be gone in the next 5 years. 5G is here. Most companies are trying to figure out how to have glasses on your face where you can answer it. You won't be, everything's going to be interactive, digital signs. So that's why even virtual real estate is very important, because the digital signs, you just have your glasses on, you're going to be able to see the Pepsi sign. You're going to be able to, scan something from Capital One and automatically it go into your phone, or it's an automatic deal. There's so much stuff that's going to be happening, and it's currently actually here now. We may not be paying attention to some of these things, but with this one, with the Facebook, for the glasses, and then even the next article with the Facebook, and they're talking about in regards to working. You're going to be working in the interviewing in the metaverse, which is 100% true. So, if you don't know what the metaverse is, it's so many things, and so I'm not going to pretend this.
You said there's so many
Yeah,
things.
I don't even know. It's just too many possibilities to think about. There's just so many people that are saying, building out, or it's a lot. So some companies are trying to be their own small metaverses and things like that and build out specifically, but it's going to be the future. Like, we were all impacted with COVID-19. Everyone's in the house. Most jobs and things like that are going to now have you meeting in the metaverse. And even that comes to your collectibles. People are going to be meeting you in land that you own, depending on how your room is set up or have what collectibles you have. That's another thing. So a lot of people are collecting certain collectibles specifically to that, because they know that you're going to be immersed in all things, no matter what. It's the future. And so, as you see, he has his goggles in on there. And so, Oculus, Apple has theirs. A lot of companies, once we can afford to have them like in every household, which like the cell phone is, which is coming, then you're going to see how important like being this early is right now.
Mm-hmm. I agree, and like you said, I think a lot of this stuff, and it really depends on which age group you are. Most of the kids are kind of like, "Oh, this is the greatest thing ever," and depending on what age you're like, "Well, I ain't walking around with that thing on my head all day." You be like, "Well, okay, you can't get no interview then,"
That's it.
because the techie people are, that you. I mean, I think, as bad as COVID has been, a lot of things have come out of COVID. As far as how people have had to adjust. As far as people, and I think even as far as some employers have figured out that, hey, we don't need all these offices. People can work from
Hmm.
home. They can
That's
get the
right.
same things done, and they're cutting back on a lot of these costs. So I think when you start looking at things like this, you got to look at the bigger picture. It's like,
Hmm.
especially depending on what kind of job you have, that could be that they could really be like saying, your job might be ready to end. And
Hmm.
so don't just overlook some of the things that you're like, well, oh yeah, those people are crazy. They're in the metaverse stuff. No, those people are probably doing this so that they don't have to keep paying people to come to the offices and all these millions and billions of dollars of stuff that they're spending with overhead costs. They prefer you go ahead
Hmm.
and just stay at home as long as you can get the work done.
That's
Now
right.
I did see something else that they were starting to track you. They got things where they can track you even when you're working from home now. So
Got to put your camera in the house and everything. Some play
it's
listening
coming.
to you. Yes.
It's definitely coming. And so don't overlook these things. Like I said, we will start talking to you guys about the metaverse and land and stuff. I think I've shared with you, we definitely own land in games. Sandbox is one of the ones definitely invested in. There are a lot of things in the metaverse where people, the experiences, people again, they're paying to come into some of these things on the experiences. Just like people are paying, your kids are paying for these games or different apps. They're paying people to come in here and have experiences on the metaverse, like sandboxes and games like that, to where you come on and you can still get paid if you are that techy and you can create experiences within the metaverse. You can get paid a lot of money
That's right.
because people with head goggles want to have some experience where they want to, whether it's a roller coaster ride or it just doesn't matter whatever they're doing. They are doing it and they're making some money. So don't
Yeah.
overlook it.
Yeah,
Don't
and add to
overlook
that, it's definitely generational because, like, even with my kids, they 16, but they were excited about the Fortnite Ariana Grande metaverse meeting. And I was like, I just didn't know. Now there's nothing wrong with Ariana. I was just they was excited. They didn't want to miss the time it started or anything, but they know these companies know what the future is, and our kids, like I said, they already tapped into it. They are literally TikToking and looking at stuff all day, and so if they can
it.
immerse them in it in another way with the new technology, it's happening. It's going to happen. It's happening now, and so being a part of some of these NFTs before people can pay attention to it is really important.
So Justin, you said something like some people might not even know what you just said about what were your kids excited about? What were they able to do?
Go see Ariana Grande on Fortnite and that and that was it. And so a lot of these platforms or PlayStation and things like that are doing live events with artists and having your kids go and watch it and they are fully excited as if they were like in the studio or at the concert site. And
At
I
the
was just
concert, yep.
yeah, they had the time. They didn't want to miss it. They didn't want to be interrupted. And so it's definitely generational of the things that are happening currently, even with the NFTs. And so if we can tap into that and be part of that, which we are, it can be very rewarding, wealthy. It's like you can, yeah,
Because I
life
think it's
changing.
important, like you said. I think for us, we're like, what they getting? That's just the craziest thing ever. But for
Right.
them, literally, there are so many, like even people who are getting involved with the NFT space, and all these artists that are literally doing these concerts. They're going
Mhm.
to all the, they may have a room like this that may be a green room or whatever. They're literally having a live concert right there in a room, and people are actually coming to the metaverse and celebrating at the concert. I'm like, really? Are they
And
excited
getting
about
dressed in their Gucci shoes and they and they showing up and they excited. And so even with that,
excited?
so yeah, so even a lot of avatar projects, you may not understand when you see some characters that we've posted maybe on Facebook, how that relates to anything. But once you start getting a little grip on NFTs in every industry, so everything that we're posting is generally a NFT, but you may not understand it. But just pay attention to it. Try to read up on NFTs here and there, get a little understanding. I'm not going to pretend as if it's going to be really easy for you. I spend and enjoy 10 to 12 hours a day, all things
Mhm.
NFT. I look at every single industry that it is affecting. I love to know the knowledge and experience on it. Like Any article, I am there. I am reading. I try to. It's getting so big daily that you're like, hold on, well, which
Yep.
way do I go? Well, which
Yep.
way? And then somebody calling you, telling you they made some money, and you don't even care because
You
it's
ain't
just
kidding.
I can't do it all. I'll be like,
Yep. Yep.
so, but it's very, I love the fact that you can be part of something that is groundbreaking and really be invested in it. Like I'm telling you, you're spending $6, $200, and you're turning that to 1,000, 5,000,
Yeah.
$20,000. Like, where are they doing that?
Yep.
So, just look at it, see where the money is, see where the money's going, what businesses are coming in. We also put MasterCard, Visa's already in it. Why would these companies be trying to take crypto? Why would these companies be wanting to do any of that? Those days are over of crypto is this and crypto is that, because all these companies are now in it. Like,
They in it.
yeah, they in it. They see where the money is, and you
They're
talk about what.
silently in it. They're
That's
saying
right.
they're saying it. They're saying on one side, crypto's the worst thing ever. It's the worst thing ever. It's a scam. It's a this. As they're accumulating all of it at the bottom floor to sell to you when it gets to
That's
$20,000.
right.
That's what it comes down to. Like they're buying some of these things pennies, and like, okay, yeah, it's the worst thing ever. Why would they buy? Yeah, we
Mhm.
understand. So don't be fooled.
That's right.
But I know this one too, as far as the soccer stuff, that this stuff is just blowing up on
Yes,
everybody that's getting involved. Soccer. When you say soccer, soccer people, they got a lot of money. It's a lot of people who love soccer.
that's right. A lot of
It's just
fans in
a
different
lot of,
countries. Yes. And
lot
yeah,
of
this one is going to be Sorari, and so Madrid did sign with them. It's like Final Fantasy. There is a lot to it. I'm not going to pretend like I have understood it all. I do have some cards. I have no problem with buying a few things to see how it's going to turn out. But I'm very interested in it. It does give the fans right to, like, you'll be able to vote on things. You'll be entitled to certain gear and certain apparel. So each NFT you see, they're trying to give you utility, give you special access. They're trying to entitle you to have certain apparel. So it's like an exclusive club. The
hmm
community becomes exclusive. You have to have the item to be able to be part of the community. And so if you are a fan of soccer and things like that, this team is just signing. You can start with their first card. So pay attention to that. If you know players well and that's something you have a background in, or know or watch it, you can go over there a lot easier than I can go there, because I'm gonna go Google top 10 players. So
Yep.
you might,
You get all the
so
upcoming.
you can,
It's kind of
yes.
like the cards are just, very similar, like the NBA Top Shot. We
Mhm.
know a lot of the NBA stuff, but like some of the new people are like, well, do I know him? We're like, well, let me Google that person real quick to see if they
Right.
one of the top people on the team. Same
Mhm.
thing, very similar to NBA Top Shot. You get into some of these things again, like how some of the people in NBA Top Shot who got in very early on. Them cards, we've shown you guys the cards have just gone crazy. Even the WNBA women, I'm like, let's go, ladies, let's go.
Yes.
They,
Yeah.
they are still, their numbers are still continuing to climb up, and
That's right.
so I think it's just gonna. It's again, if you get in early again on some of these things and some of these projects, and some of the cars that are coming out, buy them. I mean, everybody. It's they're gonna cost you a few dollars, but sometimes you have to take the risk. Sometimes you have to take the risk. Okay. And I know the other one we're talking about that, the Utah Jazz. The thing that they had going the other day, as far as even coming on, it sold out, or their virtual locker room experience. As far as being able to go on and participate in some of their locker room stuff, they made the VR stuff where you'll be able to go on there. They sold the Oculus goggles, was one of their sets that they could sell, to where you could get the Oculus goggles and also go to their experience. I'm like, okay, I got the Oculus already. Can I just go to the experience? I mean, I'm not even saying that like I'm like, I'm not the top Utah Jazz fan, but if they got an experience and I can kind of go to the experience because the experience might entitle me to something else, I went ahead and bought the experience. So we're gonna see how this turns out. But if not, if I can make it the experience, guess what? I know there's like a Utah Jazz fan out there that just have to have the experience, that I'm gonna be able to let them go ahead and rent my card out for a day or two so they can have the experience and I can make some money. So,
And it's good you said that, because even like you said, to pay for the experience, it's really important to do that with any of the NFTs. Like, it's a lot that's going on with them, but if you're most of the time you're paying for the experience. You Even when it comes to the artists or anything like that, you're gonna pay for the experience. So they had their VR that they wanted to give you because of that, and so you can actually immerse yourself into that locker room and be part of it how they want you to actually see it. So right now, some people are collecting those, but they want you to actually be able to this auction one be able to actually get the full experience from it. So they did add that Oculus glasses to it.
Mhm. Yeah, there was a tier one and tier two. So, but yeah, I know you do get to meet with the jazz owner Ryan Smith. So
Mhm.
that's it. We'll see how some of these things turn out. If they turn out very well, you best believe that there'll probably be more people who are going, more NBA teams that will be doing these things. So if you were looking for your particular team, like I said, this one sold out. It took 90 minutes. I think the one with the Oculus sold out first, and I can't remember the price of that one. But the other ones I think were probably were they $700 or $800? I can't remember what the price of those were. But again, these are things like I said that again, being first to something sometimes can be good, sometimes can be bad, because if it goes south, you're like, okay, you lost that money. But if it's something to where like, okay, you were first, you're the first people who participated in this particular event, and it entitles you to like everything else that they're going to be doing down the line. That's why sometimes for me it's like, okay, if I can get in and be first on some of these projects, I'm gonna try to get in and be first on some of them. Okay, so that's really good stuff. All right, a couple things again. I know you guys have heard us talk about these doggone board apes. Board apes are not slowing down. Okay, the Sotheby's auction has. I mean, this bad boy sold for $24 million. These are the 100 board
It's
apes
free. Mhm.
that they got. So when I calculated, I was like, okay, that's like over 240, a little about 240 some $1,000 each one of these.
100.
It's not a game. And they're not like going away. Just because you can't believe it does not mean that they're not moving. If you see this kind of sale at Sotheby's, it's like, okay, yeah, they might be for real. Okay, so again, start following some of the people who've participated in some of these projects, and find them whether they're on Twitter or whatever, and you start finding out what other projects are you getting into that aren't this kind of price. What else can you get into that's lower than this price that will be beneficial for you to be in at a lower price that might go to something like this price? Okay, that's how you have to look at those things. So again, there was this sale was huge, really good thing. I think again it made Board Apes continue to go up in value. This was a sandbox. So the sandbox, I told you I've invested in the sandbox game. This was the sandbox. You know, they went in and they spent 300 and set was it 300? No, they got the board at 374, 37.49. I can't remember what their price they paid. Oh, there it is. They paid three. Was that it? Is that what they spent?
That's it.
That's some of the
Uh,
board apes that Sandbox
some
has.
commas.
Yeah, see the commas? They're not playing. So when you see again that people are going on and they're buying these board apes, um, dog, I didn't know that. The estimated net worth of the Sandbox NFT collection is 3,880 ETH. $13 million as of September 21. Okay, board ape they got like their collection is $13 million, and everybody say it's going away. It's a scam. It's the worst thing that ever happened. It ain't. No, this
No,
is
it's one of
crazy.
the strongest the communities out there in the NFT space. That's why a lot of people come in and go to it. It is one of the strongest communities. And so, like even partaking and knowing and finding out how what's behind the community with some of these NFTs is important because you'll know if a project is gonna be leaving or trying to do a rug pull, we'll call it, or something, depending on how many hands in it and who's in it. And truthfully, the Board Ape is one of the strongest communities that is out there. So they've
Yep.
shaken out a lot of people already. When people want to sell and get that money, and I'm not saying that money ain't bad. I would take that money too. I would try to have two of them, sell one, and then sell my other one. So I ain't mad at them. So, but
Yeah.
it's a very strong community behind a lot of these. And with some of these NFTs, you may even to participate in some of the things that the community wants you to do, so you can even see what's driving them to even get to understand them. So I've done that. A lot of the projects, I'll go join the Discord, see what the community's doing, do their profile pick challenges, and that way you actually see how things are working in the market, in the industry, and specifically that certain project. So
Yep.
it's important for that.
So
To
again, this is Sandbox. So this is their wallet of what they have on here. They're not playing. They got some stuff. Okay, so that's good stuff. All right. Okay, and then this was the Sotheby's auction for 24 million. Okay, so that again that came out. It's no joke. Okay, of how well the Bored Apes are doing. So try to find some other project again that have similar things of what the Bored Apes are doing that aren't as high, that you can get into and see if you can ride up with that particular project. Okay. Okay, a couple things just before we get off here. You know, we respect your time. Thank you guys for staying on with us. Please remember on our YouTube channel. Remember that definitely come over here and subscribe to our YouTube channel. You know, if you we do have some videos in here from some of the live classes, and we are also putting some more of the training and so forth over here for you guys to be able to come over here and like someone has asked in the Facebook group about what's an NFT. So we went and created a video. So it's about 11-minute video that you can come on here and you can watch about what's an NFT. Or if you have other family members who need to know information about this, please send them to our channel on YouTube and get them to subscribe. And hopefully, if they like the video, please put a thumbs up on the video for us. We would appreciate that. So again, we definitely have some other videos that we already recorded, and we just got to get them uploaded. And we'll be uploading more videos. So the days that we aren't on, you'll be able to come over here and find some videos, that may just be. I think we've done some things on OpenSea, some things on Nifty Gateway. So just give you guys some few tips that'll help you and make things a little bit easier for you while you're navigating through the NFT space, because it's a lot to navigate through. So we're trying to make it again as easy as possible for you guys. And then the other thing, as far as on our Facebook group, please make sure if you have any other friends or anything that are over here that want to someone message me. If you have any other friends who need to learn about NFTs, please send them over here. We would love to have them as a part of our group. We would love to have them. What's
Okay.
NFT? What's NFTs.com? That's with an S. What's NFTs.com? You can send them over to our particular site. It will bring them to our Facebook group. And again, we'll continue to post in here. Like again, as you see, we posted the articles in here earlier. Sometime when we have enough time. Oh, this was the other one. I think we had talked about this real quick before we get off of here. The DJ Apes. Remember. These bad boys have been doing very well. For those of you who bought these DJ Apes, again, this is again one of those projects where we're talking about. Hey, sometimes you go in, you spend a little bit of money on a project, but it can end up definitely turning out to a lot of money for you. I think again, the person that talked about this one, they spent $240 on this particular item, like about I think it was August of about the 14th. So for $250, $240, sold for 21 for over $21,700. Okay, that's huge. That's a big turnaround for a $240 investment
Less than a month.
for less than a month. That's like how many months of work was that to make that?
Some people a year.
Yeah, for
Man,
some, yeah, exactly. So when you start looking at some
lifetime.
of these things, so when you start looking at some of these things, as far as the potential, not does everyone have all of them happen like this? Absolutely not. They don't all happen like this, but they do. There are opportunities for if you do some research and you try to figure out some of these projects that are happening, they literally can happen that fast. And again, even this one here, if so you just start looking at these things to say there's great potential, there's great opportunity if you take the time to learn it. Did Jessica and I learn about this stuff all in one day? No, we just started going from last year. We were starting like, okay, that's interesting. Such and
That's
such
right.
talked about that. That one's interesting. Let's go ahead and investigate that one. So again, we'll definitely be posting articles and so forth over here, just to try to help you guys. Just try to stay in the know. If something comes across that we're reading, we're like, oh, that's interesting. We'll definitely put it over here. So you guys, feel free again. Invite any of your friends or family, even if you have kids and stuff. We really want to get some kids involved with some of the things that we have going too. That way we can definitely come on here and show them their opportunities instead of them just playing these doggone games. They can go on here and start making some money. So that is what I have, Jessica. Anything else you have on that you want to say or
I know
anything?
that's about it. Yeah, just paying attention. Like I said, we'll drop some stuff on the Facebook page. Some of it's just to give you an idea. Like I know I dropped something earlier about the Fareed bakery cake. That was just to show you how different companies are using NFTs, and you'll get to buy the NFT and then be able to go redeem it. And so there's a lot of different businesses and things like that that you can pay attention to. And so sometimes I'm just dropping stuff in there to expand your mind of NFTs.
Good stuff. Okay. Alrighty. Once again, we thank you all for hopping on with this evening. And so, once again, you guys have a great one. And then we will be back on here Tuesday. Remember, on our Tuesday call at 11 o'clock, 11 a.m. That is, it's going to be a little bit more advanced on there, but I think it's very good for you all to be able to hear the advanced stuff and also get some of the training as far as the basic stuff. So to give you base stuff, but then you can also see the potential of where, by sticking with it, of where you can go by getting to the advanced stuff. So we're still working out our schedule as far as the days and times that we're going to be coming on. So just bear with us as far as the times and stuff. We'll Once we get a better schedule, we'll be like, okay, most of the time it's going to be Tuesday, Thursday. We're just working on the Tuesday and Thursday as of right now. We definitely will be on 11 o'clock on next Tuesday, and again, definitely also on next Thursday at 6 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. But again, as we're continuing to tweak our schedule, we'll definitely notify you guys as far as any changes that we may have or anything like that. So you guys will know that, hey, you know what, they're actually going to be on these 2 days, but we will be on for sure for 2 days with you all. And again, go to our YouTube channel and make sure, if you need some stuff on the YouTube channel, that's where you're going to find all the information that, from the recordings and stuff that we're doing for you guys to try to help you guys get involved and get invested in the NFT space. So once again, you guys have a great evening, and we will see you all next week.
Yes. Have a good night.
Good night.